Hey everyone, what is up? Staller here, and today I am bringing you a awesome program. It's known as AutoCAD. It costs $2,000, so if you can shell it out, you should get it. No, I'm kidding. AutoCAD supports a student version where you can sign up, you can download their programs for free use for 3 years, and it's a really great program if you're wanting to build really intricate large set buildings in Minecraft, but you don't want to sit there for hours trying to figure it out in your head. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to show you how to do the floors and the walls in this episode. And I'm also going to put the link down below to the AutoCAD website where you can sign up as a student and get the programs that you need in order to build Minecraft buildings as intricate as I can with this program. Okay, so first off, when you want to design a building, you want to know what kind of length you want, like how big of a building do you want. And you also got to pick what color you want for your floors so you don't get confused with all the same colored lines. So I'm actually going to go ahead, I'm going to make the floor magenta, and I'm going to select the line tool that's up here in the tab. And as you can tell, my increments are in 0.5, so I'm going like from 50, 50 and a half. If you go down here, you're going to see a snap mode, and you're going to press that button, or you can press F9 and it'll take you to snap mode. And you're also going to want ortho mode on, which is F8 or this button right here. So if they're in blue, you're good to go. Now select line, and I'm actually going to do a smaller building for the sake of teaching you guys how to use the program effectively. So I'm going to do a 20 by 20. And there we go. Now, as you can tell, mine looks small, right? And if yours is looking small or looking too large, or you can't see it all at once, if you type in Z, press enter, and we type in E and press enter, it will actually zoom to the extent of your drawing. And then you can adjust from there. I like to have mine like this. So this 20 by 20 is actually the floor space for our building. This is not including walls. Well, exterior walls, interior walls. So next, we actually have to add those walls. So if you go up to actually it doesn't even matter if you go up here yet, but if you want to, you can go up here, pick a new color. I'll go with blue. Actually, no, that's hard to see. I'll go with red. And if you type in O, the first thing that's going to pop up on your options there is offset. You're going to, since it's already highlighted, you're just going to press enter, and it's going to say specify distance for or, and you're just going to probably say through if you didn't use the program yet, or you just opened it. Mine says 1. All you're going to do is type in 1, press enter. And what that means is it's going to offset this by 1, which is pretty much in essence 1 block of Minecraft. So we're drawing this at a 1-to-1 scale, as you can tell down here. But now you notice that now we have more magenta lines and they're not red like I have picked. That's because we offsetted the magenta line, which means it's going to carry over the line type, its line weight, and the color. So, and we also got to move them around and we got to adjust them so that they're obviously connected. And then once they're selected, you just go up here, click magenta once more, change it to red, and there you have your interior wall. Now, here's the next question we've got to ask, or I got to ask, because when I design buildings in Minecraft, I like to have an interior wall and an exterior wall. Do you guys want an exterior wall too? If you do, pretty much it's the same process. You type in O, press enter, except this time you're going to offset the red line, and then you can change it to another color if you like. I'm actually going to change mine probably to a green, just so I don't keep getting confused with all the lines. And right now it looks really simple, and it is really simple, but if you're trying to do a larger scale project, like with a plot of land of like 80 by 80 blocks, lines can get confusing really fast. So we're going to select these here, and we're actually going to change it to yellow or green, or what? I'll do blue. That sticks out pretty nice. Okay, so now what we know from this is from the magenta lines in is our floor space. From our red to magenta is our interior wall, and from the blue to the red is our exterior wall. And this is pretty much like right now the way it is, you're looking at a pretty much a noob house in Minecraft. It's going to have your floor space, it's going to have your walls, and that's it. In the next episode, I'm going to show you how to add windows, doors, interior walls, and to make the space more appealing and more interesting, and it'll look more like an actual building than a big old empty square space. So I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, I'm going to put the link of the AutoCAD website down below so that you can sign up for the student version if you wish, so you can download this program too and start making super awesome buildings in Minecraft with this program. This is Staller, and I will see you guys in my next episode. Hey guys, welcome back. Staller here again, and as you can see, I have the floor plan with the walls already opened up. And today I'm going to show you how to add windows and add doors, do the interior walls, do all that fun stuff to make this Minecraft building actually feel and look more like an actual building. Now the first thing you got to think of is floor space. As you can tell, I'm working within the magenta lines here, but I got to know, what kind of space do I want? Do I want a big room here, a small room here? Do I want a bedroom here with a closet? And it's a lot to think about. That's why I went with a nice 20 by 20 so I can have a little room to play with. Now for me, I really enjoy when you first enter a building, there's a smallish area where you can walk in. That's known as a foyer, and I love having a foyer in just buildings in general. So I always add them when I play Minecraft, and I think I'm going to put mine right over here. And I typically like them centered, but I'm actually you know what, I am going to center it because I really do like it centered. So if you tell right here, if you want to double check, if you want to know how to get to the dimensions, click from the corner, you can go over, type in 10, and now you're going to have it evenly spaced. Now you got to think about how big do you want your foyer. I want mine to have a closet with it, so it's going to need to be a little larger. So I'm going to go with a nice 8 by 6, I believe. So if I go here, I'm going to go over and type, what was it? What did I say? 3, yeah. 3 and 3. Now that's going to give me my 8 by 6 beautiful, beautiful foyer. And I'm actually going to put these lines down to the red. And I'm going to delete this, obviously, because that's not going to be a wall now. And if you go back to offset, which is O enter, if you guys don't know already, and then if you don't have 1 typed in already, if it's still through, type in 1, press enter once more, then you can select your lines again. So I'm going to select, and before I actually finish this one, I'm actually going to exit out or escape, click this line, I'm going to delete this line. And the reason why I'm doing this and actually elongating that is because it's just good practice. I don't like having little chopped up line segments unless I really need to, for when I do windows, for instance. So now I have this nice little setup. I'm actually going to change these to magenta so I know that's my floor space. And then I'm going to take this, gonna TR enter, select these, and now I trim that out. And that's fantastic. Now I got a foyer. Now the next thing to think about, obviously the next thing I need to do really is make a door going into the foyer. So the easiest way to do that is I'm going to go to the blue line. And since this is my center, I'm just going to make it a double door to make it nice and easy. So I'm going to go over 1, down 1. Do the same over here, 1 and 1. And then I'm going to select these, extend them up. Like so. Gonna delete that middle line there because that was just used to find the center again. So I'm gonna select these edges, type in TR enter, which is gonna go back to the trim command. I'm gonna trim here, I'm gonna trim there, I'm gonna trim there. Now I have an opening going to my foyer, which is fantastic. Now I gotta add the door. Now everyone likes to draw doors differently. For the sake of this ease, I just like to do a line down the middle. I know that it's going to be too wide, so I know it's going to be 2 doors. I know roughly the door's going to be in this space. I'm not going to take the extra time to actually make the swing angles and all that. Now normally if you are actually working on a legitimate residential or commercial building with this program, you would obviously draw that because you got to know the swing of the door, make sure you're not hitting things. But it's Minecraft, so it just snaps to the nearest wall. So no big deal there. Okay, so now the next thing that needs to be done is I have to continue on adding interior walls. So I have my space going in. Now what do I want to happen? I said I want a closet, correct? Now I'm actually gonna select the red line here again, and I'm gonna add my closet. I'm gonna keep a block away from the wall because I think this looks nice, and I'm gonna cut in here. I'm gonna cut in there, and now I have that space for my closets. And again, I'm gonna go to the yellow line because most closets do indeed have a door. There. Now I just gotta figure out, the dimensions. And let's see what I'm working with. 6. I'm thinking I'm just gonna make it 3 by 6, which means it's pretty much just gonna look like that. There we go. And again, for good practice, as you can tell, there's a line here. If you select these two and then select this line, you can trim it out. It will just look a lot nicer. And also, you got to make sure this actually connects. Actually, no, never mind. That's good. These magenta lines are actually going to become red lines eventually because obviously your floor line and interior wall matches up. So just for the ease of knowing where everything is, it's good to have magenta. But if you feel comfortable, you can actually turn it back to red, which is what I'm going to do. I just like to do it at first so I know where my space is, what I'm working with, and all that exciting drawing, design, option stuff. So there, it's all red again. As you can tell, I have a lot of cleanup I need to do in the bottom here, so I'm just going to go through that real fast. And I think after this line here, I am clear. There. So now, when you walk in through this door, you're going to have your foyer, and off to your right, you're going to have a little closet. Now, whatever you want in a closet, it's up to you. You want to put storage chests in there, go ahead. If you want to have a little closet bedroom, go ahead. Now, the one thing that a closet doesn't have, though, that at least I've seen, is a closet doesn't have windows. And for a good reason, because it's a storage room. So you don't really need to bring light into the room. You can use a fixture for that. Which in Minecraft's case is going to be a torch. Or if you are really going hard, you can do redstone lights and all that. But for a 20 by 20, and for the sake of not making this building look like a tall tower, we're just going to go with torches. But we're not even going to have to worry about drawing it yet. So the next thing is, what do I want? Like, I have my foyer, I have my closet. What do I want next? Do I want to go into a very open space where I can put like couches, TVs, desks, so on and so forth? Or do I want to take it into a hall? I'm a fan of open space. So I'm actually just going to... Actually, I want to check this dimension quick. 5 by 6. I'm actually going to jut this up 2 and go over so that I have a 7 by 6. And this space will actually be an office. Why have an office in Minecraft? I don't know. Maybe, well, one reason is if you actually have the one mod where you can actually mess with computer terminals and actually write your own code. And maybe you just really know how to do that and you're playing Minecraft inside of Minecraft. And it's always good to do it in your office. Or if you have stuff you want to type, you can type it in there. So that's fantastic. Now you gotta figure out how do you get to the office. Again, I'm just gonna do a block away. The reason why I do a block away is because when you do either residential or commercial buildings, you're actually supposed to keep 4 inches from the edge of the wall to the opening of your door. And obviously I can't do 4 inches, so I just do 1 block to kind of make up for it and just so it looks more realistic instead of it being slammed right against the wall, because most doors actually aren't like that at all. So there. Now I got my office and I got my closet and I got my foyer. Now, Do I want to have a hallway that connects the foyer to the office, among other things? No, I really don't like I don't really like to have a hallway kind of setup. So I'm actually just gonna, I want to figure out what I'm going to do down here first. And I'm thinking kitchen. That's a good idea. So this space is currently a 9 by 6. That should work for a kitchen. I'm actually going to jut it up one to make it a 10. Whoa. There we go. And now I have my kitchen. And now I just got to make the door for it again. Like I said so many times, I'm just going to do it a block away because it just looks nicer and it gives you that appearance that it is made actually like a normal building. So I'm going to add my yellow line in and trim out again. One thing you do a lot in architecture is, well, when you're drawing it, you do a lot of trimming and line details. If I have time, one of my later episodes, I'll show you a project I'm working on for school. Actually, it's pretty cool, but it's also a big headache because there's a lot of thought behind it. But before we do that, I want to show you the rest of this building, obviously. And here, I could easily, if I wanted to, add a door, but it's a foyer, and if it's going into an open space, I'd like to have it an open passageway through, so no door. So I'm actually just going to draw a line up like this. I'm going to pull this line over. And now you're probably wondering why, but just keep with me here. You'll see why in a second. So I have my nubs going out by 1, and now I'm actually going to keep the same red, obviously. I'm going to go to a hidden line, and I'm going to go from here to there, from this side to that side. So what this hidden line represents is there are blocks above a certain point, which means I'm going to have an opening here, which is what we want. So now I just have to add, all I really have to add now is a bedroom, because I have a storage, I have a office, I have a kitchen. The only thing really left is storage, or not storage, I'm sorry, the bedroom. And for the bedroom, it doesn't really need to be big, but I like mine to be big. I'm also going to put mine in a corner here, just for the sake of trying to keep a more open building. So I'm going to do 5 by... I'll do a 5 by 8, because there's not a whole lot to a bedroom in Minecraft. It's just a bed, and maybe if you're going hard, you'll add some blocks to make it look like there's a dresser and all other kinds of fun things. But for the purpose of this building, I'm just going to draw it small. So now I'm going to do some more trim work. And as you can tell, I kind of made a hallway there, which is alright because I know the perfect plan of making it feel more open, and that is why windows are such a great thing, because that's what they're good at doing. They're good at making a space feel more open than what it really is, which is why I use windows all the time. Then I'm also going to add a door. I'm going to add a door to the bedroom because obviously for privacy reasons. I never seen a bedroom that doesn't have a door attached. Okay, so here we are. This is going to be our space. This will be our open space here. This is where we'll have like couches, TVs, you know, living space where you can just relax with the family, whatever, so on and so forth. But this is a smaller house and this is Minecraft, so you probably A, don't have a family, and B, we don't have TV, so oh well. But this is going to be the basic layout. I told you guys I was going to do windows, but I'm actually going to say that for next episode because I'm already running over time because I was doing a lot of thinking while I was building this, because I came in with a set idea of how I wanted to design this, but then that changed. So, and that's what happens in architecture a lot. You get these great ideas, you start drawing them, then you think of something else, and then you just bounce off both those ideas and you make it into something really unique, and that's what happened here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope if you guys are following along, this is the product so far. If you want to try to work to that, go for it. And if you haven't heard yet, in my previous episode, you can use Autodesk or AutoCAD as a free version if you sign up as a student on their website, and you can download it. It's free for 3 years, and I'll put the link down below for you guys so that you can access it. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode I'll be doing Windows, and maybe I'll start elevations for you guys depending how long Windows take, because Windows are pretty, not only is it a long process just to create, but you also got to think about like where you want them, and like the kind of placement style and all that. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next episode. This is Staller. I will see you